What up, though, y'all? It's Chris broadcasting to you from Orange County in Killer, Cali. And we got a bit of an update with the Cracker Barrel situation. I'm honestly surprised this is gaining as much steam as it is, but here we are. So, as you guys know, I talked about it the other day. Cracker Barrel, they've done a logo change. I really didn't care about the logo change, but a lot of people did. And it looks like I'm in the minority about the logo change. There's a lot of people that really like that old timer lean against the barrel, and they just not feeling the new logo. Some calling it lifeless and cold. You know things are bad when liberals and conservative are in unison. Like, hey, this kind of sucks. So apparently a decor change is supposed to be coming as well. I've not seen it yet because I haven't been to Cracker Barrel in a while. But according to their new, very woke CEO, she's talking about the logo and the decor as being reasons for business slowing. In my opinion, that's kind of a cop out because why aren't you addressing things that your paying customer, your already established customer base, is mentioning? Why aren't you looking at quality control? Why aren't you looking at portion sizes? Why aren't you looking at wait times? Just overall the customer experience. Why isn't that where you're looking at? You're just like, oh, we're going to change the logo and we're going to change the decor and that'll fix everything. Now, let me just say this. I'm not really a big fan of Cracker Barrel's decor either. I never really have been. It doesn't really bother me, but I've never was like, oh, it looks so cool. You get in there and you're kind of sitting around old stuff hanging on the wall. Some of the stuff hanging up is interesting because it's stuff that's extremely retro. You'll see old versions of modern things that you may use, like maybe an old version of an Ajax box or something like that. And you'll see other things that you probably didn't even know existed before. So it wasn't ever a turn off, but it wasn't ever like, oh, this is just so cool, this is so awesome, whatever. So I'm kind of indifferent about the decor, but a lot of people like it the way that it is and don't want to see it changed. And the CEO is doubling down on the decision to make these changes, saying that the company is going in the right direction and that it is a vocal minority of people that have an issue with the changes that she's making. This to me is very poor leadership. You've lost 100 million in market share, right? That's no small chunk of change. And you have your paying customer saying, we don't like this. Change it back. We don't like this. And instead of being like, okay, let's reevaluate. Perhaps we made a bit of a misstep here. Let's see what we can do in terms of achieving our goals, which is, more, cost per customer or whatever. See if we can achieve that, while somewhat retaining the things that our already established customer base likes about coming here. Just a bit of a compromise. And it's like, she doesn't want to bend at all. She doesn't want to compromise at all. She's coming in. She wants to make sweeping changes that are going to make it a different experience entirely. And she has a lot of people saying, we don't want a different experience entirely. We want the experience we've been getting. We just want you to improve upon that. Just being too stubborn. And sometimes, it takes that colossal fall for a brand to pull their head out of their behind. It looks like Cracker Barrel may be the one next to undergo this. Remember a little bit ago, actually maybe you don't because it was so quick, I think it was like last year or the year before, Gap did a logo change and everyone hated it. Like the Gap did a logo change. They almost immediately went back. It was like in a matter of days that they went back. They like, okay, all right, we hear you loud and clear. The logo stays. That's how you respond to this stuff. The customer is saying, we don't want a different logo. The customer is saying, we love this logo the way that it is. This logo is iconic. It has amazing brand power. Don't change it. And so they listened. But oftentimes you have, a little too often, honestly, you have a company bring in one of these really bullheaded CEOs that thinks they know everything, thinks they know better than the customer, and they don't want to listen to anything. The fact that they've lost as much market share as they have, and the fact that she has seen the backlash that she has, for her to not be willing to compromise at all or even admit the possibility of a misstep here is just baffling to me. I may need to go for a walk here, you guys, so you don't have to keep listening to that random dog off yonder barking. It looks like he stopped for now. So I don't get it here. Another thing that's been funny to me is Steak and Shake. The Steak and Shake Twitter account has been all over this for the last couple days, and it's been pretty damn amusing. Not gonna hold y'all up. Steak and Shake, I just think is like okay. They got pretty good shakes, but their steak burgers I just think are pretty mid. But whatever. I don't have a problem with them. But I do enjoy that they've been using this as an opportunity to kind of side with the people. Like, we at Steak and Shake believe in historic branding. The Steak and Shake Twitter account, or X, if you will, has basically been parroting all of the things that the people have been saying that they like about Cracker Barrel that they don't want to change. It's like save Cracker Barrel and whatnot. This has been pretty amusing. So I'm afraid things are gonna get worse as expected. People are comparing this to the Bud Light situation, and I get it, it's hard not to. There's tons of similarities here. In the case of Bud Light, they reverse course, but they never apologized. They just kind of like quietly wanted to sweep it under the rug and make excuses. Oh, we only made one can. It really wasn't a big deal, you know. They just kind of tried to like never mind it and pretend like it never happened, and the public didn't like that. I definitely see a similar thing on the horizon for Cracker Barrel as well. This CEO has already demonstrated an inability to admit when she's wrong, inability to admit when there are missteps or things that they didn't consider. So the downfall is going to continue, as far as I could tell. We'll see where this goes, man. I don't know if it'll be worthy enough to make another video about it in the future, but if it is, you guys will hear from me on it. So I'll leave it there. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. Hit me in them comments. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.